Like, our whole thing is two siblings talk about life like they know what they're doing. Like, you would think that we would talk about, like, what to do when buying a house or buying a car.
Yeah, we probably should do that. Like a life episode or whatever. Life skills.
I feel like in those stepping stones, I think I blacked out. I wasn't ready to be an adult.
Oh, that makes sense.
So then why are we doing this podcast?
I don't know. Why are we doing anything? Yeah. Welcome to Chicken Adobo for the Soul, where two siblings talk about life like they know what they're doing. My name is Terrence.
I'm Rachel.
And damn, happy 2022.
Happy 2022.
My goodness, yeah, it's been so damn long.
We made it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Woo.
You feel any different?
No.
I mean, I know that we're going to dive deeper into that, but just, do you ever feel any different with the new year?
Fatter.
That's okay.
Absolutely fatter.
I agree.
Like, dude, like the last week of every year is just throwing all caution to the wind and eating and drinking and doing like nothing.
Agree.
Yeah. And so I'm certainly probably like 10 pounds over what I normally should be right now. Well, especially after this past dinner. So yeah. Yeah.
We just had Korean barbecue.
Oh,
that's what he's
great.
referring to.
Oh.
Where you have to eat all your food because then they charge you $5 a plate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you like told Marcus earlier, like you don't go to a buffet and not hate yourself afterwards. That's how you know you've got your money well spent or you've gotten your money's worth.
Can't remember the last time I was at a buffet. I guess I just don't eat that much anymore. But it sucks because now I feel fat all the time because I also don't work out, which I guess is a new thing I'm doing in 22.
Oh, is that your resolution?
Yeah, just to be more active. So
okay.
I did I do shop a lot. I mean, I do, and I haven't done a lot of shopping the last couple of years since we bought the house.
Well, you bought a house, yeah. So
yeah, because you bought a house.
Makes sense.
I went into my closet last week. I forgot to tell you this. And I removed all of the items that I either are too tight, I don't feel confident in, maybe just don't fit, but I could realistically get back into. And
so how much is actually left now?
A good amount.
Oh, damn, all right.
Yeah, a good
I
amount.
thought it was going to be like an empty closet.
A good amount, but a lot of what I was taking out are things that I bought and actually haven't worn yet because I bought it on sale off season.
Okay.
So I was looking at this pile of clothes. Marcus looked at me and was like, "You're about to cry." I'm like, "Yeah, I am." So I removed all those clothes and I'm like, all right, getting back into it because it's not, I will proudly say that I've managed to stay a size 12 since high school. So, but now I'm on a tighter 12, on the verge of 14, which I refuse to go to.
I mean, change is inevitable.
I mean, I'm going to stick to it. I graduated in 2009.
Oh, geez, that's
pretty good, right?
That's 12 years ago. Yeah,
So I've stayed the same size. I'm just now on the tighter side, and I can feel it.
I don't know, man. The last time me and Mark's stumbled upon your high school yearbook, he was like, "Oh wow, who's that girl? Wow, she's really cute."
Well, okay,
yeah.
You're rude. You're fat.
Wow, that hurts. Yeah, I had to work a lot with my therapist to get over that. Like, wow, I'm just now suddenly dragged back down into that deep pit. Like, thanks. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, 12 years ago. That's not 12. That's 13 years ago at this point.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, that's a decade and change.
So.
Oh my God.
I mean, even in high school, I was probably a 10 or a 12, depending on whatever, and I'm proud of myself. Managed to stay the same size for 13 years.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I'll take it. So that's the optimist in me. But we used to be very active and work out a lot, and we just don't do that anymore.
Yeah. No, it's funny because it is part of my profession to actually stay on top of that as well.
Yeah.
Right. But culturally speaking, the Navy does care about the physical fitness aspect of its force, but a lot of the time the workload, or at least maybe the prioritization of keeping the ship afloat more than keeping people afloat. Cough, cough. Kind of hurts sometimes, right? And of course, the usual disclaimer, I guess, since it's now 2022, I have to refresh the disclaimer, is that all opinions expressed during this show are mine and my own and do not reflect the official position of the U.S. Navy.
Whenever you do the disclaimer, you should do it like the medication commercials where it's like say it really fast in a monotone.
Yeah. Side effects may include suicidal depression.
Stop. Oh my God.
No. That's never going to happen. But no, like like being active, especially like in high school, like when I was in high school, back in 2001 through 2005, like I had to walk or bike to my friends' places. I was on the tennis team.
You were active.
I was active in doing things with my body that didn't involve just sitting in front of a computer and playing or working all day. Yeah, or I get when you get to college, you're just like studying, cough, cough, all day.
Yeah. I mean, pictures from 2014 to about 2017, I think, keep coming up on Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love
and on my Snapchat, and I'm like, wow.
Wait, you don't even look. I sent you a snap 2 weeks ago, and you still haven't opened it.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we surprised? No, the app is on my phone.
Just hurt more than anything.
Sorry. Yeah. But all that stuff comes up, and Marcus and I were going to the gym 2 to 4 times a week for at most an hour and 45 minutes.
Wow.
And afterwards we, of course you're unbelievably hungry. So we would eat it with sushi or Korean food.
Oh,
so
that undoes all that work.
I don't know, man. I felt great.
Yeah,
maybe because you're supposed to. You're supposed to. All these myths and things like that.
You get the endorphins from working out and the dopamine from the food. Then of course you feel good. But then it undoes all the positive work you've done.
And we were probably eating like a bowl of miso and a bowl of miso in one roll. So it wasn't like a whole hell of a lot of food. But we're just not. We just don't have the time, and we used to be a little bit more active.
That's true.
Yeah. But what's up with you?
I don't know. Life. No, okay, so no, I did just finish my first semester at the academy, and it's been my God, yeah, that's actually.
Give us an applaud in post.
Hang on. Oh no, I can do it right now. Hang on, where is it? I'm gonna push the button, and yes,
I hope that's right.
I hope this is the right button, and you know what? It did say applause, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna let go, and anyway. I don't know. We are not professionals. Oh man, no. So a good chunk of the reason why we haven't been consistently uploading, especially since September, is because work has been crazy for keeping up with lesson plans and grading papers, and then a lot of the other demands that on my time at the academy, especially with a lot of the digital projects like podcasting at the Naval Academy.
You're a professional.
Links in the description, right? I'll put those links in the description for our
plug it
Naval Academy History Productions. I'm the let's say the head producer, I guess, or the head editor, or I don't know what the proper term is, but the guy who does all the tech.
Yeah, that's
actually I'm the only guy who does the tech.
But you feel good this semester?
I feel good now that the semester is over. Yeah, thank goodness. So a lot of the material that I had put together for the fall, I can just really reuse, polish, of course, but, a lot of that initial work of spending 4 or 5 hours starting a lesson plan from scratch, that's done. Revising is like an hour maybe, and then, oh, this picture didn't work out. Oh, I remember this slide was kind of crap, and then, go from there.
Proud of you.
Yeah, so that opens up a ton of free time for me, but that also means that now I have the bandwidth to become even more involved around campus. One of the other projects I have on the side now is this small leadership training for a lot of the seniors who are ready to start going out to the Navy when they finally commission and when they finally graduate. We're doing mentorship sessions with them every Friday morning at 7. And it takes like an hour from home to get to the academy, so I have to wake up super early.
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of the deal, once I've gotten the majority of the first semester's work done, now I can do other things, and this is exactly what how things are playing out. But I would like to think that I can finally commit more time again to our little project here. So yay! But yeah, that's what's going on. And then our first week of teaching this semester, this spring, is going to be online, and we'll go from there. I guess after the Martin Luther King weekend.
I have to look at that schedule, so I make sure I know what I'm doing.
You guys are remote too this week, right?
The first 2 weeks of the semester, the students are remote. So far, so good for the rest of faculty and staff. I don't know. I think faculty is remote as well. I haven't seen a lot of presence on campus, but I only went back the one day. We had a crazy storm at the beginning of this week. It actually knocked out power in the entire Stafford area.
Oh my God. Yeah, that was awful for y'all.
That was interesting. And we stayed over one night, and then we saw the temperature drop in the house to 50 degrees. And I thought, I don't think we can do this, Marcus. And, we follow the Facebook page. Everybody's keeping everybody updated. And I thought, we got to go. It took us 4 hours to get from Stafford to Woodbridge. And
did you guys took the 95, right?
No. So 95 north and southbound were shut down from Woodbridge to, I don't know, even maybe farther south than us. So everybody that would normally take 95 was taking Route 1, aka the semis.
Yeah. And that's a 2-lane road.
It's a 2-lane road. Yeah. Nobody plowed. I don't know what happened.
My God.
So, I mean, at one point, the first hour, I was like, Marcus, there is nobody driving southbound. And I realized by the time, because there was a semi at a slight angle blocking southbound, and it was backed up all the way up to Woodbridge. It was crazy. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I guess maybe people, I mean, that's the thing when you live in Northern Virginia, they call for snow and it's kind of like a real hit or miss.
I wouldn't know. I'm from California and I was in the city.
You must have been freezing.
It was fine. I was like locked up in my tiny little, room with a box heater or whatever it's called. And I was just playing video games the entire time. It was a good time. Yeah. I honestly didn't even know it was snowing until noon the morning after.
You're funny.
Because, I woke up, I went in and out of my room. I was like using the bathroom, having breakfast, and I never looked out the window. I never bothered.
Trying to figure out why we were checking in on you?
Yeah, and then I got a call, and I'm like, oh, hey. Yeah, I'm fine. What's up? Oh, it was storming. Oh, I didn't even notice. And then, at some point, I just looked out the window. I opened the curtains, and I was like, oh, my God, it's white outside.
Oh, my God.
Like, wow, it's so pretty. Wow. I didn't care. I wasn't paying attention.
Do you know how much you got in the city? How much snow?
About a foot, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was pretty hefty, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So after I saw it, that's when I started looking things up, and then I saw all the news reports like, oh my God, yeah, the 95, the 1 is garbage. We're like, wow, this is awesome.
You're funny.
And I didn't care. I didn't lose power. I had.
Must be nice.
I don't. I already told you I don't run the heat at my place, right? Just because I have my neighbors help me out. They have their heat on, and my unit kind of gets heat by.
I could just imagine you standing close to the sharing wall, and you're like, "Oh, it's so warm."
No, even if I don't run heat, my place is at a cozy 65-ish. Yeah,
that's good.
So it's not too bad. I just throw on a hoodie and wear some sweats. And I'm good.
Well, good.
Yeah, not too bad.
So it is the new year.
Yeah.
I think because everybody's like, well, 2020.
Yeah, it's 2020 part 3.
3,
yeah.
Yeah.
3, yeah. Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Yeah. Revenge of the Rona.
Oh, no, don't say that.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be appropriate to reflect back on we'll just say the last 10 years. Really, we probably didn't want to reflect.
We can go a little farther, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just say, we'll say as far back as high school.
Okay, that's fair. Because
Yeah.
for you, that would be 09, I'd be 05, not too far apart, yeah.
I guess my first thought is let's keep it real simple before we dive a little deeper. But
Sure.
What do you think has changed in the last almost decade with your clothing style? I'm sure we followed the times. I know I did.
Kind of, yeah, for the most part. But I am. So when I was about to leave California to join the Navy the first time, you know, like Barney Stinson was like a patron saint for my wardrobe or whatever, right? I mean,
I
How I Met Your
remember
Mother.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
tossed out a lot of like the super baggy, big stuff I used to wear when I was in high school and college the first time, and I was trying to like, you know, do the whole clothes that fit, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Right. Shirts, ties, the, you know, like mall fashion kind of jackets and slacks, that kind of stuff. You know, so my venturing into that line of clothing was just beginning then. And so by the time I hit like 2012, let's say, or what's 10 years ago? 2012. Yeah, 10 years ago. Then I'm kind of gotten a good foot in the door as far as that goes. And now it's refined, but I don't choose to wear it so much. It's just whatever's functional, whatever works.
Yeah.
Because I think back then, like a decade ago, I was very much interested or very much concerned about impressing with or through the clothes, using clothes as shorthand for.
So stressful, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm like, what like, ugh, God, man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work worrying about that external kind of facade.
Mm-hmm.
And because I mean, I think still that it is fair to use it as shorthand. Like, hey, look at me, I've got my life together. But I can accomplish much of the same thing with less, or with worrying about fewer of the details. You know, like just wear a good sweater, wear some pants that fit, wear decent looking shoes. Yeah, you don't have to go like top end everything, which is cool. You know, but a lot of that obsession with the details really like took up a lot of my time in a decade-ish ago. Now it's just whatever's clean and presentable.
Oh, yeah. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. And I think on the female side, we'll just say it that way. On the female side, yeah, I wore things that I would hope grabbed attention or sparked, I don't want to say sparked a conversation, but that I don't think that my clothes were, I guess
pretty well for dinner today.
Yeah.
That was really well. Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, but that was really hard not to show up in a sweatshirt and leggings.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but I think I'm right there with you. Can't remember. I'm wearing mascara now, and I typically don't wear a lot of makeup, but this is the first time. I also don't wear
mascara, so
you're pretty just the way you are.
Thank you. Body positivity.
This is the first time I've worn any type of makeup in a month.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Whereas I think, decade ago, Rachel would be like, hold on, I cannot leave the house until I at least do my hair and my makeup and I have the right outfit.
Yeah.
And now I think Rachel now is just kind of like, well, let me at least just make sure my hair is okay.
It's like she who shall not be named is definitely still at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's still working on it. Yeah. I mean, she is exactly at that point, though. She's like at that 10 years ago point for like you and me.
Because sometimes she does, sometimes she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I do care about what I wear, but I think now it's, what do they say? Beauty is pain.
I
think that's definitely
that's kind of timeless, right?
I think that's something I embraced 10 years ago. And now it's just kind of like, well, this looks great. I feel good in it. I'm getting it.
You know, it's funny because, beauty is pain. Like, for the female equation, it's usually, like, you have to wear these heels or these pumps or something that, like, hurt your feet, and it's painful to be in it the whole time. Something tight or something.
I used to have high heels, maybe, like, 4 inches, and I would think, okay, I'm going to a wedding.
Yeah.
What high heels am I wearing? And I wore flats on my wedding day.
Nice.
Short of wearing slippers, but I wore flats on my wedding day. I think
because who cares?
Yeah. I was like, no one's going to see my feet. Whatever.
Yeah.
I eliminated a lot of things. I think I have a pair of high wedges, but that's because they were so cute and I didn't want somebody else to own them.
No, all good. Yeah. I mean, like, I was going to go with the, on the male end of the spectrum, like when you think of a man who's well-dressed, you usually think he's in a suit and tie or in a jacket or some sort, right? And the really well-structured jackets have stiff shoulders because the idea is that it's supposed to restrict you to graceful movements, and who's being graceful when they're lifting their hands over their heads, right? Nothing graceful about that. And so you can't like do jumping jacks and shit in a suit. I mean, you could. It's going to be uncomfortable as hell. But there is some element of the beauty is pain thing for men too.
Yeah,
you're limited to just a very restricted range of motion. So
Yeah.
it's
because you guys have to tuck things in.
Yeah, so
I hate that.
It's there too, but it's not nearly as pronounced, or it's not nearly as visible, not easy to see with women, because I think there's that the expectation that men remain stoic through that kind of pain or through that kind of whatever suffering, despite the fashion demands. And women, it's just everybody expects or understands that it's going to be painful.
Yeah.
But hey, that's the price of vanity.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't think I think it wasn't until maybe mid-college where I really worked on my wardrobe, took the time to work on my wardrobe, eliminated a lot of things that I was like, look, I don't have time to be seen in this, and I think I embrace comfort and functionality.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
How about habits? Bad habits, good habits, routines.
I don't think much has changed, honestly.
Yeah?
I still play an obsessive amount of video games, or I spend way too much time playing video games. There you go.
Okay.
One thing I don't do as much nearly anymore is like play Magic or play that card game.
You don't? Yeah.
I mean, because there's no one to play with anymore. A lot of my friends before I left for the Navy, I'm afraid I don't get to really hang out or communicate with them anymore.
Yeah.
So that that group of people that I used to play Magic with is gone. And it's kind of hard to break into a new group, or at least meet new people in that sense. Or at least for me, I'm not super good at it.
Can Magic be played online where you can meet a community?
Absolutely can, yeah.
Okay.
It means that I have to spend more to rebuild a collection online as opposed to...
That you already physically have.
Yeah, I already have the physical cards, and I could play physical cards, Magic at a shop somewhere. And remember when I first got here, that's one of the things I really wanted to do first.
You ran so quickly towards that store.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, a lot of them didn't support, at the time, especially #thanks COVID, didn't support big events where people play. They just, here's a few tables that are open, they're just free play right now. We're not really doing any structured events, et cetera, et cetera. You'll have to find people to pick up games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like structured events, so.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It is what it is.
What about habits outside of gaming?
Oh.
Something comes to mind. I used to, it's not that I care what everybody thinks, because there are a very small handful of opinions from people that who I care about, and who I do get a little anxious. I think it's, so I'll disregard that. I think back then I used to not care how comfortable people were around me during events or whatever. And now I'm like, hostess with the mostess. I'm like,
you're going full Monica. Yeah.
Yeah. Bacon wrapped scallop. Are you comfortable? Do you need a massage?
Oh, jeez.
How can I assist you? I don't know. Maybe that's just maybe that's just PTSD from hospitality. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Yeah. I mean, you haven't been doing any of that in a long time.
Yeah. So I don't think I did that a lot in high school or 10 years ago. And now I do it more as an adult, probably because I secretly like hosting, but I also don't like hosting at the same time.
Well, that's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Fun. You said when you were more active in high school, touching back into what we talked about a little bit ago, now, do you think you have the time or the bandwidth to make it happen again, to do so? Because, I mean, you got a new job, right? And then, there's a little bit more freedom there now. Is that something from the past that you think you can bring back today?
To host events or
not even just hosting events, but I mean being physical, getting back into
absolutely
being more,
now that I have the bandwidth, absolutely. And I am I think that's the frustrating part, because I think I'm a little impatient about it, because I know that I have the bandwidth, and I have the ability to do it. I know that I have to muster up the energy to do it and to do all these things. There are a lot of things that I think there's not a lot, but I think there's a good amount of things that I did 10 years ago that I don't do now that I would love to do again.
Okay. Like what?
In addition to the being active, I definitely would like to read more as I look at all the books in my sheet. I know what you're about to say. Shut up.
What am I going to say, Rachel? What am I going to say?
Hey, we went to the bookstore yesterday. I didn't buy anything.
It's been a year.
I didn't buy anything.
What am I going to say?
Yes, there is an Audible gift card on my fridge.
How long has it been on that fridge?
It's actually been on the fridge for 2 years, I think.
No, a year.
A year?
A year.
Oh. If it helps, I open the account up. It's progress. What do you want from me?
You've spent 4 hours on the road. That's half a book.
Yeah, we ended up watching MTV on the road. That's something I brought back. I'm now watching MTV The Challenges.
That's the sound of me fuming.
I would definitely like to write more. I think there's a bit of my soul that's not present, and it kind of hurts when I do think about it. I used to feel inspired about anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I don't feel that these days. And when I mean these days, I mean probably in the last 10 years.
Oh man, that's a long time for ennui.
Yeah. It's, it hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I hope one day I bring it back.
You know what? Like in my I think it was like my freshman or 10th grade English class. My English teacher just had this banner over her door. Like the easiest way to get better at writing is writing.
Yeah.
Just do it, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree. But then you sit there, I'll sit there, and then I'm like...
Stream of consciousness, get started, do something.
Don't get stuck in your head. Just write it. Just push out the words. Word vomit. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And it's the quietest word vomit I've ever had. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I share something similar kind of problem with you, and I started acting on it starting on my birthday, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I started writing letters again. So I sent out a couple letters to a couple of friends. One is in Japan, and the other one's down in Norfolk.
Okay.
And then I have a letter for you, actually.
Are you gonna mail it?
No, I'm going to just hand it to you because, I wrote it back in, I think, 2019.
Okay.
And I have been forgetting to mail this to you for forever. It's just sitting in my drawer, my desk drawer.
But can you mail it?
No, that's
Come
work.
on. There's something so you and I both know that there's something so special for the small moment when you when you get your mail and you're like, Bill, hold on a second.
But you're right here. I could just give it to
I don't
you.
care. Do you have it now? Yeah, it looks like you got to mail it.
I'm just gonna bring it 2 weeks from now.
I have, I still have all the letters that we wrote to each other while you were on the ship.
Yeah, same here. Well, maybe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah, because I was looking for stationery and then envelopes too. So I was like, I had to pull up all my old correspondence. Yeah.
Okay, Laura Jean.
I'm just saying it's.
So I'll reverse the question to you, which was. I forgot what the question was.
That's right.
Oh, pretty much what is something that you could bring back that you used to do 10 years ago or a decade ago or whatever?
Well, there's no writing letters.
Okay.
No, so girl from Australia, God bless her.
You should add a sound effect to this.
I should, yeah, like
post.
something like nostalgic or wistful. Because Spotify told me that my music style or a lot of the songs I've listened to over the past year are wistful in nature, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Was that because of Taylor Swift?
No, it's a lot of other stuff, but probably mostly Taylor Swift. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, Evermore for sure. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, she and I wrote so many letters, like over a decade. We were pen pals for a decade, and it was a very prolific kind of a writing relationship then. And I'd like something like that, or at least the act of it, even if it's not with someone nearly as intimate as that. Then just the act of writing letters and actually putting your thoughts down on paper, putting it in an envelope, mailing it, waiting weeks for a response. There's something about that kind of exchange that is much more meaningful and a lot more fruitful, I think, than the longest back and forth text exchange.
Absolutely.
Because each letter is a very deliberately crafted message, something purposefully, I am sitting here and I'm taking a long time to put words to paper for whomever you are. And I am crafting a very specific narrative here. Something that, it's the process is entirely different. And it's personally a lot more involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It would be nice to have something like that again. If I could only have Australia Girl's address again.
So will you mail my letter?
No! Yeah, fine. I'm running low on stamps.
Oh my God, fulfill it. Okay, so on your end,
Do you have envelopes? I'll if you give me an envelope, I'll mail it.
You don't have an envelope?
I have like huge fat ones for bills. You know,
Okay,
the
then definitely don't send that to me.
really
What did I just tell you?
wide
I don't
ones.
want to receive bills in the mail.
Yeah, I have the really super wide
Yeah,
ones.
I have some envelopes.
Okay.
Don't
fine.
ask me for a stamp.
I have stamps.
Okay, good. As the recipient, there is something special because I know how special it was to receive a letter from you while you were on the ship.
Yeah.
Wherever you were, I knew that you were sailing around somewhere.
Yeah, protecting democracy around the world.
Okay.
Yeah, supporting and defending the Constitution of the United States. Woo!
I already said okay.
All right.
And I waited all this time and I sent you. I mean, there was the brief moment where we were emailing and I was like, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah,
but
it was practical, yeah.
I mean, there is something very special about receiving a letter because you know that you're receiving it from somebody who put that much thought and passion into it. And,
There's effort.
Yeah.
The degree of effort that's unmatched by like a throwaway text. Even if it's like, you know, a bunch of texts, I guess.
Yeah. Because I think texting, even now, I'll just do a quick blurb and then close the phone and move on with the rest of my day.
Yeah. But as a receiver of a letter and you're reading whatever it is that they wrote, you know that they dedicated however much time that is just for you.
Yeah.
Purely for you. As opposed to like if someone's texting, oh yeah, they're probably like watching TV or doing something else in the background or driving. Haha. Yeah. And it's all that attention is definitely not on you.
But you started something yesterday when we did go to the bookstore. You picked up, one of those, it 365 mindful thoughts?
Yep.
Right?
Prompts, essentially.
Prompts? Okay.
Something like that. I can't remember the title.
So, one for every day.
One for every day, yeah. Like, as soon as we're done here, I'm going to start, probably.
I mean, I've got a lot of prompt books in here, in the shed.
Yeah.
And,
go do them.
A lot of them, some of them have Post-it notes on them. Some of them, did I actually write anything about it? I don't know, but won't know until I actually sit there and do it.
Yeah, doesn't take long.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe instead of watching 7 Deadly Sins, you can actually do those.
I know. Sometimes the screen time just kills my eyes.
Yeah.
So, what about personality? Is there something about your personality that...
I'm going to flip this around on you because I've been waiting to jump on this part of the conversation.
Oh, me?
Yeah. So remember when we first met, like a long, long, long time ago?
2000. I graduated 2009. We would have met 2008.
Yeah, when did
it would have been 2008.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and we were like playing cards on the dining room, the kitchen table or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, and Aileen, and then we're just talking about like random high school shit, and you're like, oh, sexual act this, sexual act that.
Oh my God.
Sex tip this, sex tip that. Like, wow, what we've just met. Why are you talking like this? Who the hell are you? Like,
yeah.
That
actually,
and, like you were just blatantly out there. Like, wow, you were bold. Okay, sure. Wow, what are you trying to prove, man? That's really weird. Aren't we like related or something? Like, cool, good for you. Anyway, yeah. So you don't do that anymore. Thank goodness.
I'm a very quiet person now.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
And I don't know for whatever reason, but I'm just not that outspoken person.
Yeah, and now that's the connection I wanted to make here is that in some ways we've made we've switched places in this case. Like I was the withdrawn, bookish kind of like quiet kid in the corner.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, like among family, like I'm kind of comfortable, but I'm still not boisterous, right? Nowadays, however, like I have zero shits to give for the most part, like because 99% of the people I run into out there in the world, I'm never going to see again, or they're probably never going to see me again either. So as long as I'm not actively, harming them or impeding or trampling upon their liberties, then who cares what I do, right? As long as I'm not harming anybody. Classic liberalism, haha, go history. Anyway, yeah, well, I think we've kind of switched spots there. And especially when I'm super drunk, like
absolutely.
Oh yeah, all those cautions or whatever gone. Inhibitions are completely gone.
I don't think I even am. I was going to say I'm not as boisterous, and I'm going to change that and just say I don't think I am anymore.
Yeah.
And I think there was a part of me that
you
I
settle
think
down. You're mature.
Oh no.
Oh, you're the adult now.
I guess maybe that's why I like this podcast so much, because I feel like in a way I've learned a lot over the last decade.
Fun.
And I think the boisterous side of me is very quiet now. And I think she's maybe waiting to see when she can come out again. I mean, you know what it is? I think I see people post things on Facebook and all this other stuff, people weighing their opinions, things like that. And I'm like, I just don't have time for that.
Just keep that to yourself.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know if I actually want that part of me back.
Mm-hmm. Who needs the drama?
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's avoiding drama. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I definitely know what you're saying. Like, I'm not that. That part of my personality is just not present anymore. And for whatever reason, I don't know. Maybe it is because I just settled down, or maybe I realized in the last 10 years.
What's the utility? What for? What are you going to get out of it?
That, and I think that I've surrounded myself with people who have been in my life for the last 10 years and haven't left, thank God. And I just don't need to be that colorful person anymore.
Okay, that's fair. Nice.
Good one.
Yay, growth.
I don't know. There's something nice about having a little bit of color in your life,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either.
What else? Because you were talking about piggybacking off that question, you said we should review each other and how we've changed in the last 10 years.
Yeah, slightly regret.
What else you got for me?
Oh, geez. Okay, so like on a lot of those Facebook memories, right, that do pop up, it's a lot of them from like 10 plus years ago are all sorts of random little needling kind of pokey things that you do, like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, message me back, or call me back, or things of that nature. Like random XD kind of things. I don't know, things like that, right? And yeah, I mean, it's a good amount of those, but then they kind of taper off. I imagine it's because like I didn't have access to Facebook while I'm at sea and all of that, of course. But then now it's just like, it's kind of the other way. Like, hey, everyone, look at this meme. And then nobody responds. And then, hey, everyone, look at this YouTube video. And nobody responds. Haha, random XD. And nobody responds. So again, in another weird way, there's that table flip there.
Yeah.
But, I can't really think of an awful lot else, because I mean that's what the thing that I mentioned before about the meeting the first time and then you just like throwing all the cards out there on the table, like figuratively and literally.
I don't do that anymore. I don't throw my cards out. I don't show my hand right away anymore.
Hold those cards close to your chest, kind of thing.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's going to be a lot of reflecting after this episode.
It's fine. I mean, we already know, like we were fairly familiar with one another anyway. So it was like, what
maybe that's what it is.
Left,
we're in the middle of our lives, and maybe we already know we know what it's like to show our cards. We know what it's like to keep our cards close to us, or our hand.
That's fair. Yeah,
and maybe we've already chosen what we like, what we prefer. We already have our preferences in place.
Yeah.
But I think looking back on it, I think there are some things I'd like to bring back in addition to...
Oh, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a good question, actually. Like, yeah. I mean, I think we kind of talked about it a little bit. Well, yeah, what's one personality trait from ages ago that you would like to see come
I think
back?
I'd like to be... I don't feel as colorful as I did 10 years ago. I don't want to go, talking about penises and buttholes like I used to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why I talked about that, but I don't know what we were talking about. You were very inappropriate also.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Oh my God, I was a good boy. I was an altar boy for a very long time.
But I think there's a part of the color I would like, not the penises and buttholes.
Yeah.
I'd like to have back.
Like
and
what?
Be a little bit more a little bit more loud. I used to have, what I really loved are my days waiting tables, where I used to walk by, a group of college guys because it was like Sunday night football, and
bet you did.
I'm like, hey babe, you need another drink, and I could say that so smoothly and confidently, and now I'm just like, I feel like an old lady. I'm not going to call you babe.
You're not even. Oh, you're 30.
You know what I mean?
You're actually 30. So okay.
You're past 30. Shut up.
I'm 35. Thank you. Oh God, that's gross.
But I used to be able to do these things, and I wish I had that comfort level back. Yeah.
Maybe you're kind of doing it for tip, right?
Absolutely. First off, yes. Side conversation. Let me tell you my theory.
Oh boy. Okay.
Female servers and bartenders make bank, and they have the ability to make bank if they just lowered their shirt a little bit, had a conversation with people, and they'd be able to make loads of money. But instead, servers and bartenders these days are like, here's a drink, let me move on with my day. No, babe, talk to me for a little while. Show a little personality.
Or
this is a
perfect.
Yeah, look, you don't have to take your clothes off. I just got to serve you a drink.
I don't know.
Oh, you want them to take their clothes off?
No, that's not what I meant. No,
so yes,
no.
when I used to wait tables and walk by a group of guys watching the football table, if babe got me an extra $5, I'll give you all the babes you want. Paid for a lot of things.
I guess so.
And I kept my clothes on.
I wouldn't know.
Well, good.
No. Yeah, unfortunately, I never worked in the service industry, so there's that.
I think that I'm going to flip it. I'm going to flip it back on you. And I'm going to say one thing I've noticed is, and maybe this is another episode.
Okay.
But you don't embrace the thought of love and romance as much as you used to.
Oh, the cynicism has hardened me. Yes. Yeah.
You, so 2008, John.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to say 2008 just because.
That's fine.
But you used to be not like, I mean, we all love Ross from Friends, but not like, Ross was like a level of pathetic.
Oh.
I mean, he was just like, and what's that, Ted from How I Met Your Mother?
Oh.
I mean, those are great characters, but
Sure.
I knew you. Whenever you said, I'm Ted or Ross, I always wanted to say, no, you're not, because that's just pathetic.
Oh,
that's just sitcom pathetic. I know.
Man.
Sorry. Let's be honest, though.
Okay.
3 divorces and blue French horn guy. Come on now.
Oh, I was about to say, I don't even have 3 divorces. What are you talking about? My God, man.
No, so anytime you said that you were Ted or Ross, I wanted to say, no, you're not, because I know that you have an image of love and romance in your head, and I know that you're working towards that. Now I don't. It doesn't feel like you're working towards that anymore.
Yeah, I kind of don't. I'm not really chasing after it anymore.
Okay.
Kind of given. Well, maybe not given up, but it's just, if it happens, it happens, I guess.
Okay.
Like,
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just, obviously this is an observation.
Yeah. And it's just not the highest priority for me anymore. I still feel a little bad. I still feel a little bit of self-pity every so often. But at the same time, just like, whatever.
Yeah?
Yeah, big boy things to do.
Okay.
Just kidding. I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm going to go play video games some more, I guess. Microwave some hot dogs and call it a day.
I wish that, I wish I could see that back in you. If it ever comes back, because there was a glow about you. And it connected to a lot of other personality traits that you still have. But it just made it.
They're a little more muted now because of that.
Yeah, it made it glow.
Yeah, all right.
You don't have as much color.
Ah.
I always think of you. I mean, one thing that I will tell you, don't get a big head.
Yes.
Is you're always a gentleman.
Oh, damn right.
Okay.
I'm getting paid to be a gentleman, so.
Okay.
Officer and a gentleman. That's literally like the movie, right? Richard Gere. Bet it's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you done?
I'm a naval officer. Yes, I'm still an officer and gentleman. You're right. Yeah.
No, but you're always a gentleman. I loved sending you the GQ magazines.
You sent me one. You literally sent me
Did I only
one.
send you one?
You sent me one.
Yeah.
It was a good one. I still have it. But you sent me one.
Yeah. I looked at a bunch of. I remember picking a couple magazines out, and I was like, I don't want to flip and overload them and send them 17 magazines.
Yeah. That's okay. Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
But I remember, if I remember correctly, it was kind of like, I think focused on wardrobe,
Yep,
right?
it was a style guide. Yeah, 2010 style guide. It was pretty
2010.
Style Bible actually is what it was
Really?
called. Yeah, it was actually really pivotal for my like transforming my wardrobe from there. So, yeah.
I just got a big head.
Oh yeah. Wasn't already big enough, but
Shut up. Yeah,
but
I'd like to see the lover in you, and I don't see that these days.
I don't think it's gonna come back.
Okay.
Because, like, here's the thing. Like, you and I, we've had 13 years of life, 14, whatever, however long it is, right? Happen. That people don't stay static for 14 years.
Yeah.
You've got this long-term relationship you've built up. A lot of the domestic stresses and drama associated with it. I've been through how long have I been in the Navy now? A decade plus worth of service, and every serviceman, servicewoman is going to tell you that the military changes them
Mm-hmm.
for better or worse,
Mm-hmm.
right? And yeah, like it's I have similarly been changed.
Yeah.
And there's no going back to whoever that person was.
Isn't it sad?
Whoever we were.
I agree with you.
I don't think it's sad at all.
I 100% agree with you.
Yeah. I don't think it's sad at all. Like, I've come to accept who this person is, and I hope you've accepted who you are too, because even though we are who we are now, and we may think that we are going to be who we are for the foreseeable future, like, that's never going to be the same. We're never static. We're always going to be there's always going to be some level of change, right? And I think, I can't remember who I heard it from, but or read it from, but there's someone that said that whoever you are at 30 is kind of basically going to be who you are for the rest of your life.
Oh, no.
With some small variations here and there. I'm probably going to change when I become a father. If I become a father, you're probably going to change when you become a mother. See how I didn't say if you become a mother?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I agree. I 100% agree with you, because I would not want to be bartending and talking about buttholes all my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That would take you some very, very dark places.
Yeah.
Not your butthole.
Thank you. He's laughing because there was a delay and he could clearly see my reaction. No, I 100% agree with you, and I think I don't want it to. I hope I don't sound regretful.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, maybe just nostalgic, and I miss that portion of me.
No, I think we always will. Yeah.
And God, man, it is tragic. I think it's tragic, probably because I miss her more these days, knowing that I have the bandwidth, and I know that it's just going to take the energy to maybe bring a portion of that back, or what. But I mean, hey, cheers to 2022, I guess.
Damn right, yeah. Cheers to 2022.
That was the most pathetic cheering ever.
Well, we don't have alcohol. We still have to do the episode where we're actively drinking during the episode.
I know.
So that has to happen this year. I guess transition to like some admin points real quick. 2022. This is season 2 for the podcast. So yeah, this is gonna be the first. Yeah, well,
we're on season 2,
quote unquote season 2. Yeah.
No, don't say the quote.
Oh,
just
fine. Okay,
season 2.
Yay! Woo!
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Yeah, it's a good time.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then hopefully this season we'll have more episodes than the last one. Yeah.
John, thanks for giving us something to look forward to. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. We have to win back the the 7 listeners we've lost over the past few months.
No, we had 9.
Yeah, I know exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm one of them because
me too.
That was awful.
No, that's honest to God. That's great news.
Yeah,
after hearing that I'm not a colorful person out loud outside of my own head, I think you gave me something to be really happy about.
That's good.
And look forward to.
That's good. That was totally unexpected and unplanned. But hey, there it is. Yeah, you're welcome.
Likewise for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. So cheers to 2022.
Cheers to 2022. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We will see what happens.
So thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah.
We miss you. I miss you. Cheers to season 2.
Yay! And outro music.
That could have been a deep penises and dark buttholes